welcome back everyone to another episode on Build, Break, Discover. In this week's episode, I'm going to be taking a part of this storage space and turning it into a soundscape. So, let me not waste any time and get right into it. So I installed this electrical outlet so I got power for the sound studio. So here's the door that I'm going to be using. It is a left-handed door. So in order for me to kind of make this a right-handed door, I'm going to have to basically cut the top of it off, flip it upside down, and then use it as a right-handed door, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean here in a second. I did find something interesting on this. Since I already cut the top of it off, and I was going to flip it over anyways, I went ahead and just kind of got curious and decided, hey, I'm just going to pull the door apart and see if I can fill it up with foam. I mean, why not, right? So I got a couple of these cans of expanding foam, and before this thing expands entirely, I'm gonna put the top back on it, staple it shut, and put a couple pieces of weights on it to keep it flat. And it worked really well. So I got a nice seal plate ready to go. As you see right here, the door opens and closes very well, as I will show you here in a second. I do have a seal plate on top of the 2x4 that I'm going to be putting on the floor up towards the wall. And then I have to caulk everything to help with the dampening of the sound. So anything from transferring from outside in, I don't want there to be any additional sounds. So as you can see, I went ahead and caulked everything. Looks nice and professional. This is basically kind of what I got so far. I know it doesn't look like much, but quite a bit of work was done today. So for one, got that thing on there pretty solid. I'll be putting a gasket. Basically, once I put a cover towards the top where it stops, everything's going to get backfilled. All right. And the inside, so the door frame, all this, all the way around, will have a rubber gasket seal. So it'll be 100% seal proof, leading from one spot to the next, right? So in here you can already see between where the door meets, I'm sealing everything off. I also fabricated a 1.5 by 1.5 angle iron so that the top beams here sit flush and then they land directly flat on there. So everything's getting backfilled with expanding foam so that everything is sealed. And then every connection plate, you can kind of see it, that little pink stuff is a compression plate of rubber so that vibrations get sent from one spot and end, they don't transfer, right? So we want to eliminate transfer, material transferring or vibrational transferring, and then everything gets sealed. So any openings get sealed all around, including what I'm going to do here. So you can see I have the 1.5 inch. It's running flush. The foam is going to be here, which is going to be 2-inch high density foam. It's going to get sandwiched into here. Then a piece of 3/4 plywood, and then sound core. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, 5 on the outside. So the same thing is going to happen with the top here and all that stuff. So I finally got the top on right here. I just got done caulking this stuff right here. So as you see, each seam line joining the board is going to have caulking between it. That way it helps reduce vibrations and completes a good seal. I've already filled that stuff up with foam and then cut it flush to the angle iron. So now it's just nice and flat now. And then I'm going to put that first piece in right now and call it a night. So let's check this thing out for a second. So I got the 2 panels in there. These are, like I said, they're sealed off in between. I still have to support this face here because you can actually hear that. So it's only a single panel. If I ever decide to change this, I want it to be very easy for me to separate this face of the wall, because this is the building. Everything else is irrelevant, right? Okay, so you can kind of see, so the areas that have a slight gap, I tend to just go back and kind of refill in anyways, just extra. I don't necessarily have to, because I'm going to put seam tape on here on both sides, and then all the way around, just like I did here, which is going to help really just block everything off with extra ceiling protection. But that's the process right now. Yeah, I'll keep going with it. You can actually see here, I got the 2-inch material on here. Now obviously this stuff just wants to, you know, you put a screw in, it just goes right through it like nothing, right? I just took a piece of 1/8 inch MDF off the side of the door panel that I had that was scrap. Those will be what I'm going to use to help compress the insulation through the boards, so there's no gap in the backside. There you go. So super simple, super effective. It's straight up against it, no gaps, and that's what you're looking for. Okay, so I got my light on in here. It's kind of closed. Well, everything's kind of closed off right now, but I still got the door to do, this whole side wall, and the bottom section here, right, to seal off. I got the 2, and then I got the top basically dialed in, ready to go. So here I have a decimal meter, and you can kind of see by keeping everything quiet, I want to say we're about a solid 45 point something, right? Now you can see by me simply raising my voice, I can get it up pretty high. And then back down, we can get it quiet. But once we put the wall here, and then all of the insulation into the insides, probably more expanding foam in the corners. I might even seal this with expanding foam, depends on how many pieces I have left over. But I still got the door to do. I got a seal to put around the door, and then I got the top section here where there's going to be a gasket all the way around the door, so when it closes it's basically under compression. And I'll seal the door with something extra, as well as the outside. So the top has been officially added. Let's zoom that out a little bit. And the cool thing about this is once everything's all dialed in, the bottom can get placed in, this will get placed in, and I'll probably find some kind of rubber mat to put at the bottom, even though this is about 1.5 inches thick at the bottom. Once everything's done here and put up against the side of the wall, we'll be ready to retest. Okay, so I got the right side done, and then as well as the roof. I also went ahead and fit in 2 of the 1-inch back-to-back. I glued them both together as one sheet, and then cut them, put the pieces in there, spaced them out, had a couple of washers instead of my other pieces that I used. And then what I'll do is I'll cut all this stuff flush and then tape it up real nice like this. Okay, so I am probably gonna add basically another line here through the wall, so I can put another box on the outside that I could use the power from out there if I need to. It's definitely got a seal because it's gonna be outside. It's not necessarily gonna be under the rain per se, but I do want to make sure that it is protected if rain decides to travel over with the wind and get this unit wet. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it now. and then see how it works. Let me squeeze over here. Looks like that went perfect. And this looks great. Everything is nice and organized. So I'm going to go ahead and test it out real quick. And it looks like everything is wired correctly. So it's always good to double check your own work. Sometimes triple check if you need to. Alright, this is actually looking pretty good, man. So I got a whole bunch of these from Home Depot. They're the acoustic insulation soundboards. They're relatively inexpensive, and of course, you got to finish off with the studio foam panels. So, got these on Amazon. They're really inexpensive, but everything is just going to get stapled together. And if I ever need to remove them, I can just simply pull them off and put them somewhere else. All right, so moving on to the door. As you can see, I got a couple different panels on here. I left myself just a little bit of space around the door, because remember, I did talk to you guys about the sealed gasket that I was going to be putting all the way around the frame, which I'll show you here in a second. But this thing is looking actually really good, and we'll go ahead and test it out. Turn on this LED light. I will be installing the LED light overhead, but I'll have to make some brackets or figure out a way to mount it. It shouldn't be a big of a deal, but yeah, we check this thing out. And then just to show you guys again what I was talking about earlier, you can see the gasket right here in the framework all the way over and around. And when that comes in and that door misses that, it goes in, seals it just nicely. I mean, come on now. So as you can see, I still got the rest of the panels I'm going to put on. I did do the little shelf right here, which should be at a perfect height for me. I'll still cover the rest of the stuff. But I gotta say, out of everything, I'm really glad I added this. I will be making a couple brackets to mount the fan on and the light. So if you pay close attention, that nice little crack of it being silent on one side and then opening the door to hearing the noises outside, that's exactly what I want. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but this is what I got. This is what I think I spent like $500 total. But it's my DIY. Now I get to make cool sounds and possibly songs or just anything really. But let me show you the end result. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh God! Okay.